be an interesting show. Do remember that at the end of the month or somewhere in the middle of June, we have the Agri Fair coming up. It will be a whole show of fresh produce, livestock, and it's just for you, our viewers or our listeners, if you listen to City FM. Come around, shop fresh farm produce. Just, you know, it's free entry. Come in, buy whatever you want, stock your fridge because it's going to be at reduced cost, not the same price that you find on the market. So literally from farm to your table, from farm to plate, eliminating the middleman in between. And so that's the place to be in June, the Agri Fair, where you'll get to buy fresh farm produce, livestock, poultry, fish, anything that you can possibly think of. This is Breakfast Daily Weekend. My name is Inu Safo, and Jude will be joining me shortly. But let's do a bit of the papers. Let me get some of the headline stories for you. Right. So I have the Mirror, Ghana's most popular weekend paper, and some of the stories that you'll find on it. Dr. Angela Dramina Abuaji wins Season 7 MTN Heroes of Change. Did you catch your lover cheating? That's on page 13 of the Mirror. Other stories you'll find, we are tired of talking. That's according to the June 3 Circle disaster survivors. And on the back page, the Mirror Sport League title race goes down to the wire. Nations FC Kotoko Gold Stars in title dogfight. Some of the stories you'll find, The Spectator, your weekend companion. Don't stigmatize women with mental health challenge. Other stories you'll find, inflated prices of abaya, jalabia on Eid al-Adha celebration. Why traders do that, we do not know. On the back page of The Spectator Sports, you'll find heed to Samina's appeal. Kotoko Gold Stars, Nations FC in contention for league honors tomorrow. And then I have the Daily Graphic Weekend Special. Stories you'll find on the front page. Hajj cost relief on the way. President assures of drop in fares. Plans to make Eid al-Fitr public holiday. And on the back page, boxing. Alote Mohammed aiming to make bold statement on June 13. Hi, Jude.
Hi, Aaron.
How you doing? And this is not reassuring at all.
I've not had salam meat. That's the issue.
I didn't have salam meat either.
No, I've not eaten.
I was here working.
I've not chewed salam meat, so I think it's a good time to. And sorry, guys. Good morning and welcome to Breakfast Daily Weekend again. You know, I've not had salam meat, and I'm not sure.
Do you want to call out a few people?
Yeah, Sanda.
Because we know some few people who at least something should have come out of the meat.
Sanda,
But
Umaru Sanda
nothing.
Amadu. You have to do the needful. Abdul Rahim Mohammed. Lukman Mohammed. Charlie, don't let me do this.
We are leaving the one person out. And I'm surprised you didn't start with
Who?
him.
Fauzu.
Fancy Otahiru.
Oh, Ventu is a special case.
Oh, really?
Okay, this whole of the whole of last week.
Then,
The whole of the
then
last.
nobody should mind your complaint. Why is he a special case?
He's alone, you know, so right now how to manage the thing.
Who have not
But those
felt the Fenty I knew back in Kumasi.
Yeah.
Every Eid, we
Yeah.
used to have wache, diefo, wagashi.
Oh, to be fair, you
all
know,
of them
he brought me
things.
meat the last time.
The last year or the very first
The
Eid?
last time.
Well, last time means what?
I'm very careful not to say something, so you let this car pass by me. But you
I'm
know,
not
Sanda used
scared.
to do very well too.
Sanda also used to, yes. When I joined City, I've enjoyed Sanda's meat.
Sanda used to do well. so
Or
I
maybe
don't
he'll
know
bring
why.
it on Monday or Tuesday.
Guys,
You
you have
never know.
to step up. Like Terminator.
Kamaru, Kawa,
Charlie, you have to step up. You have to
Fauzu.
Kenyan and do action. What is this? How
no
can we
meat.
chop salah and not chop salah meat? It's not proper.
It
So guys,
is well.
anyway.
It is well.
Yeah,
It is
sorry
well.
we're going into the news. You
Yes,
know,
I read the papers and I'm about to do the
it's been a very wild news
website.
week. very, very wild news week. And
It
I think the
has
highlight
been.
of the news was the introduction of the 1 cedi, levy on a liter of fuel. I think people are
In
not
the
happy.
dead of night.
People are not happy. People are not happy. But, if you
happened
listen to government speak,
In
they
the
say,
dead of night.
well, the fuel prices are going to go down anyway significantly. So you might not really feel it. It will be
you
like,
feel it.
will stabilize, right?
Please, you feel it.
So interesting perspectives on that particular tax. But clearly, a lot of people are talking. And the Hajj is also in the news, right?
The what?
The Hajj,
The fares that will be reduced.
yeah, but I'm referring more to like the current pilgrimage, some Ghanaians are on, current Ketsi government and the Hajj task force. And they are complaining that they are not being treated right, despite a significant reduction in the cost. They are like, Charlie, they don't even have beds to sleep on and stuff like that. So that's also become very, very
I wonder
topical.
how every year the Hajj always comes back with news of people not being treated right, not.
To be fair, I think
well.
last year under the previous administration, it
You
was
didn't
much
hear too
better.
much.
Yeah, and that the administration
So does
had.
that mean that the reduction in fares probably affects the
We don't
treatment
know.
that they would
Probably,
be given?
probably,
or
probably. And I've heard people within the space also say that there wasn't enough preparation
for the fare
for the pilgrimage. So clearly,
pilgrimage.
it looks like they were eager to sell out a message that they reduce the cost, but not necessarily paid attention to the quality of the service, right? So all of these have been in the news, and it's been quite interesting, right? So we'll see how that goes. Of course, the OSP. Last night I was watching on CNN. I say OSP say, a former finance minister say, go agree. OSP say you are under
His
arrest.
lawyer said he should be treated better because he has been of service to the nation before. He has been a public servant. Where is he running to? He should be treated better.
Yeah,
That's what Frank
so
Davis's lawyer said.
The OSP and the former finance minister also made an interesting news spectacle.
All right, so I have channel1news.com opened. Some of the stories you'll find on that portal. Interpol declares Oforiatta wanted for using public office for profit. Hold on. Yes, there we go. FAWAG welcomes Mahama's plan to ban wooden school furniture. Strike continues until we're officially served injunction. GRNMA. Don't hold government to ransom. Return to work. Akando urges nurses and midwives. Frank Davis. OSP's denial of Oforiatta's medical report. Absurd. OSP is Ghana's strongest tool against corruption. That's according to Kisi Ejabing. Other stories you'll find. Food vendors urge government to boost public education on planned takeaway pack ban. When I heard this ban, I was thinking of ENA and how excited she'll be that they're going to ban styrofoam. Western North region in Awin, MCE assures swift action on dangerous Yuwabra Bridge. David Beckham to be made knight in King Charles's birthday list. Ataisa defends government's fuel levy hike. June 3 disaster, Ladi Ayanini criticizes state's failure to implement recommendations. In the Ashanti region, Kwabere East MP blames road project delays on financial constraints. Real estate is a long-term game. Merson Capital MD advises investors for a rein for illegally transporting 1 million Ghana cedis worth of cocoa beans, and World Bank to resume Uganda funding after halt over anti-LGBT law.
I'll start off with a Daily Graphic Weekend special. They have the big front page story here. Hajj cost relief on the way. President assures of drop in fares, plans to make Eid al-Fitr a public holiday. Comes with a photograph of President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, shaking hands with Sheikh Osman Nuhu Sharabutu, the National Chief Imam at the 2025 Eid al-Adha celebrations at the Independence Square. Also on the front page, Vice President advocates unexplained wealth orders to fight graft. Story on page 5. Tree for Life initiative takes off. Story on page 14 of the Daily Graphic Weekend Special. Back page story, some boxing related news. Alote Mohammed aiming to make bold statement on June 13. That's a big bout that should be happening on the said date. And let me take you to the citynewsroom.com. Some really interesting stories, right? So front page or front big online story, we haven't been served injunction notice. Strike stance. That's coming in from the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association. I told some selected health centers with the minister on Friday, and clearly you could tell that the strike was having an impact, right? So we want to plead with them. They should come to the table like the minister said. Also here, ban on wooden furniture in schools won't affect producers. That's coming in from the Furniture and Wood Producers Association of Ghana, FAWAG. Also here, Akando urges dialogue to resolve nurses' strike, cautions against rushed decisions. OSP's denial of Oforiatta's medical report, a blatant falsehood. Frank Davis was speaking. The OSP is Ghana's best bet in tackling corruption. Kissie Jabin speaking there. I oppose the publishing assets declaration. It's unhelpful. Kissie Jabin also speaking. I think he was speaking yesterday at some anti-corruption, stakeholder engagement. Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman backs legal measures to target unexplained wealth. In the Ashanti region, the regional minister has been speaking, and he said that Mahama is committed to tackling youth unemployment. Cocoa drowning in a 33 billion Ghana cedi debt, acting CEO reveals. And the Foreign Affairs Minister, Okudzeto Ablakwa, has announced that Ghana no longer requires visa to travel to Morocco. I mean Ghanaians, I beg your pardon. And finally here, air of impunity over Sakparu backs Interpol red notice for Oforiatta. Sakparu is a member of parliament on the ticket of the NDC for, I think, Sisala West. All right, do you have any other headlines for us?
Unfortunately, my internet is not working, so if you can do
Well,
Ghana Weekend and the rest for us.
There are some more stories actually on City Newsroom. Then I come to Ghana Weekend. Suspected drunk driver involved in crash on Ebri Madina Highway. I saw videos of that particular accident. Tragic. And it's so sad because, just very briefly, on Tuesday, I went to Nkoko together with officials from the National Road Safety Authority. And I see the kind of work they are doing within the space to sanitize, our roads, make it safer. And it's just an indiscipline problem. That is really what it is. And it's so unfortunate that we are still not learning from our past mistakes, right? So it's sad because, why are you drinking and driving on a major highway as the Ebri Madina Road, So that was a story, rather unfortunate. The Greater Accra Regional Minister is also in the news as she made some donations to the Muslim community on behalf of the president and urged Muslims to pray for peace and support national unity.
Speaking about her, when will our street lights start functioning? Because yesterday, you're taking a sip of your tea, because was it yesterday, the accident that you just mentioned, the place was dark. I saw people trying to video what had happened.
So that's actually different from what you're referring to. So I'm sure what you're referring to was on the Legon bypass.
Yes, the Legon bypass. Yeah. It was so dark. Even as people were trying to video what was happening, you couldn't see anything.
This morning I saw.
All I heard was, I mean, come on.
Serious. Charlie, this country
and I'm sure the person who was driving, he didn't know the road and he was going fast. And apparently there was a ramp. No, there was a ramp there which he flew over and the other car hit him, and it was all sorts of chaos on that stretch.
So we understand that he flew from the top of the overhead and fell onto
the car at the bottom.
See, the truth of the matter is that this country, right, it is by the grace of God. We should be seen to be doing our part, right? But if you go out there, you come back safely.
Oh yeah, you thank God.
It is the grace of God.
Go on your knees.
And that being said, our authorities should do better. And like I said, I see the road safety. I think they've come under quite some fire recently. But the truth of the matter is that it's a seriously underfunded office. That is what it is. But they
Are they under the Ministry of Transport?
Yeah, I think they're under the Ministry of Transport. That's their mother body. And they don't really have, so their power is to just tell people what to do, right? Mm-hmm. And beyond telling people what to do, there's not really much aside going to court and stuff like that. I don't know how the bureaucracies in the system work. So I think the minister should pay very keen attention to the activities, because clearly what we have seen in recent weeks and even days, right, it doesn't make for pleasant reading at all.
I'll give you some of the headlines.
Can you
on
imagine
Ghana Weekend.
somebody went to tie a cow to a railway? Like just a old dream. You don't understand. You go and take a cow. Look at a cow, and you tie the cow to a railway line.
Knowing very well that it's an active
Knowing that it's a very thank you.
Knowing very well that it's an active
no regard for human life, no regard for due processes, just indiscipline.
Absolutely
reckless abandon.
No care in
as
the
my
world.
teacher in Accra would say, reckless like just you don't even understand the thinking behind certain things. And for me, it will continue until punitive measures are taken. So like this one, like this, you catch him, right? You put the camera on him, you send him to court. You, of course.
And fine him.
Yeah, he should go through, and he derailed the train.
Yeah.
Elsewhere in other countries, like by now his headline, his face is everywhere.
Everywhere.
So I think that we don't pay attention to the law, right? And the punitive measures, they don't bite. If you go and arrest him, someone will come and beg. Some chief, someone will come and beg.
But you remember the one that happened at Mpakadan? The guy was jailed, right?
Yeah, but even him, I don't think we made an example of him.
Otherwise, someone wouldn't have gone to tie
and that's the problem.
A cow at
thank you.
On the same rail.
It became political. This one say, hey, this one say, hey, the new train, it had a fault, and they set it up.
And the underpass is too small.
Exactly.
And all over.
I can't remember that in Mpakadan case. When it happened, what happened was that when the matter came up, it became an NDC MPP football. Now this one was saying, hey, the train wasn't even working before you brought it. But whatever the case is, we saw somebody park a car, a bus on a railway line. So you see, Charlie, we have to change certain things. Number one, our own behavior as a people, right? And I'm not saying everyone, but there's some level of irresponsibility, in our midst, and it's also your responsibility to ensure that when you see some of these things, you call them out. Sometimes it will be unpopular, but it is the right thing to do. If you think that it's beyond what you can do in terms of threat level and all of that, you tell the police or you tell law enforcement, and they should come in. But you can't go and tie a cow to a railway line. How? Like in which jurisdiction is this acceptable?
It was waiting for Eid.
I don't know. For all you might know, he's not even a Muslim, right? Or he doesn't even celebrate Eid.
He was waiting to be
For all you might know, he's been doing
Eid.
this for a very long time, and nothing has happened, and he still thinks it's right.
Thinks it's right, and he's.
We should use him as an example. I think that's the only way we can begin to sanitize our system.
Let me bring some of the headlines on Ghana Weekend. I'd choose Speaker Bagbin for a dinner date. That's according to Nakoyo. Mauli Gavo named Ambassador for Global Entrepreneurship Festival 2025. Potapaz Management slams defamers with legal threat. Where is that guy? Yaki named in Forbes Africa's 30 under 30 class of 2025. Congrats to her. Ghanaian band Santrofi set to perform in Russia. Lil Wayne drops highly anticipated The Carter 6. Wow. Grammy winner Thames receives Billboard Diamond Award. No more recording for me, because Daniel hints at retiring from music. Denise Asafwaje becomes first black female urology resident at Columbia University. Rocky Dawuni to headline Afro-Kingston Festival in Switzerland today. David Beckham set to be awarded knighthood. Other stories, Trump open to reviewing Diddy's case despite no pardon requests so far. Offset deletes social media accounts following backlash over son's hairstyle. Guys from Kumasi Swami are very stingy. Don't date them. Felicia say to ladies, better set odds on Diddy's fate. Wow, they're almost with Diddy trial. So, you seen the best friends fighting on Twitter and.
I wanted to come to that, but I've just cooled down for them.
Fighting on Twitter and
I'll just
wait.
cool down for them.
He's fighting. Trump is posting on the other. Is it Threads?
Truth Social.
Truth Social.
That's his own social media.
That's his own social
platform.
media platform, and then they'll screen grab it and kind of put it on. Interesting times ahead. Interesting times.
The only shock is that it came earlier than normal, but everybody within the space.
Has it been 6 months? It has. We're in June.
Yeah, if you look at even earlier from the fact that Elon was on the campaign with him, probably longer, right? The only issue for a lot of people is that this, breakup, it came
too
early. It came too
early.
early.
That kind of friendship never find me, where you have an issue with me and then you start spilling, the things
All
that I
sorts of
told
things, which
you
are,
in
quite
confidence. What kind of friendship is that? So we can't be friends and fight without, spilling the beans or spilling secrets that I've told you. Oh, what kind of friendship is that? May that kind of friendship never find me.
May you never locate
Amen. Thank you. Say it again. Amen. May it never locate me.
But it's interesting. The world's most powerful man, right? And the world's richest man.
Yeah.
I've had other people describe them in different ways. Say that they have the emotions of a 9-year-old. I'm not sure what it is really. But clearly, it doesn't augur well. And we may see it as just a mere fight or a mere banter on social media, whatever it is. But the truth is that it could have serious implications on, smaller economies, on, developing economies like ours, right? Because if, Trump, and, he can be very impulsive sometimes.
Very impulsive.
So, and if he
already
just
banned
wakes up
some
one day
African
and he
countries.
says that, hey, he's canceling certain contracts and all of these things, I'm not really sure the direct relationship would have with us yet, but in the long term, so it is something we need to pay attention to. And I think that he's trying to move beyond. Yesterday, I watched an interview where he was on the Air Force One and they asked him, the latest, like, well, what does it make of it? It's like, Charlie, I'm dealing with Iran, I'm dealing with China. I'm trying to get Russia and Ukraine to cease fire, right? So Elon is the last thing on his mind, and he went on to wish him well. So I hope it ends that whole spectacle. And Charlie,
I hope so. Speaking about Trump, he's banned some African countries and...
is it only African countries?
Yeah. Well,
I think there's some other countries. Yeah, I think Cuba, for example, is in the list somewhere.
That have been included in that. And then the Togo, partial restriction, I should say. And I've realized that most Ghanaians go to Togo because the visa wait time here in Ghana is like extremely long. So I don't know how that dynamics will play for you.
Oh, people go to Togo to go and take US visa.
Yeah, because their wait time to get an appointment is
long.
Very short.
And the US embassy, they don't have ways to check that it is not proper.
Yeah, but if you go and you've paid and you're coming for a...
What I know is that, so for example, some North American countries like Canada, for example, the French-speaking countries use our, is it, Canada is not a consulate. They use the visa application, system here. So for example, you get people from like French-speaking countries around us coming to Ghana to apply for student visa. I think it came up one last time when Bernard interviewed a rep from the Canadian embassy on, Charlie, sometimes you go there, the queue there is like...
I know they have to like come at this particular time to, submit your application, but regardless, people still get there very early.
People go there with their pastors and their imams and their
to go and
church.
Do what?
You have to go and pray. Why are they easy? And it is also part of the misconception.
It's not the consulate you are going to in the first place.
Yeah, and whether you get the visa,
center.
the prayer, pray with your pastor in the queue. That's not what to give you the visa, because the decision has been taken on you long time. But you know how faith also works in our system, right? Very integral part of it, and people go so it was becoming an issue. The inhumane. It was inhumane the word. Yeah, people waiting under trees, no proper shade, standing in the sun. Was it a good look? Anyway, let me bring you excerpts of this story, right? Because it's made our Muslim community very, very excited. Hajj cost relief on the way, and that's from the president. Story by Joshua Bediako Kumsin. The story reads, the government has promised policy interventions to better the spiritual, educational, and economic welfare of the Muslim community. Take note, spiritual, educational, and economic welfare. The story goes on to say that President John Dramani Mahama pledged the interventions and said the government was committed to the welfare of Muslims as well as other groups of people of the larger population. Foremost, he expressed concern over the high cost of performing Hajj and said that government was working closely with authorities in Saudi Arabia and other relevant agencies to reduce the cost significantly. Addressing Muslim faithful at the Black Star Square in Accra yesterday to commemorate Eid al-Adha, President Mahama was optimistic that by next year the fare would see a notable drop, especially if the economy continued on its recovery path. As part of broader reforms, the president also reviewed that a bill to make the Eid al-Fitr a statutory public holiday had been drafted and will be soon laid before Parliament. He explained would formally recognize the religious importance of the celebration and end the current reliance on executive instruments to grant such holidays. It means that it will be a law and no longer be by executive instrument. This move recognizes the profound spiritual importance of the festival of Eid al-Fitr in Muslim life, the president said. He goes on to talk about education, national unity, and the Zongo development framework. So definitely great stuff, right? The previously 70-something thousand, our Muslim brothers and sisters had to pay to go to Hajj in the previous administration was clearly unsustainable. And even if you, out of your goodwill, wanted to help somebody, fulfill this spiritual obligation, it was becoming increasingly difficult, right? So the reduction to about 62,000 or so was a step in the right direction. And we are being told that if the economy does well, there will be a further reduction, right? Probably to like 40 or 50,000, right? And hopefully a lot more people can embark. But that being said, the truth of the matter is also that the current task force that's supervising the Hajj pilgrimage, some of our brothers and sisters have embarked on right now. I've had some serious criticisms come their way with regards to care for persons on board, their sleeping area. There was a video widely shared on social media about the conditions, some of the pilgrims were on. So I hope that they are also paying attention to this. My very good friend, Honorable Collins Dauda, he's part of the team, and also our favorite Proverbs man, ABF Hussein, they have to, I hope it's come to their notice and they are working to effectively resolve all of those concerns.
The thing about Salah, some of the meats that you didn't get, some of the story here on how you can spice your Salah meats in The Spectator, so you can...
Meats that I didn't get, so you won't tell me how to spice.
You can pick it up.
They should bring the meat and let us. Who authored the spice?
Linda Brefi
She should come to the show and come and show us
how to spice the meat.
You should bring the meat and come and show us.
There's a story here that caught my attention. GJA President John Ford files nomination to seek re-election. And so he has filed his nomination to seek a second term as president of the association. And so we wish him well in that direction.
What do you make of his first term?
I think he's done well.
Out of 10?
I'll give him an 8.
Hey! 8? 8 is A.
8 is not A. But what school did you go to?
8 is A.
No.
How is A not? How is
8 is not A.
So what is A?
A is 9.5.
Oh, please.
10.
That is unrealistic standards.
It's
please.
not unrealistic.
If
What school did you go to?
Legon, 80% is A.
Please, where I'm coming from.
In fact, Lagos is 75%.
It's 75, that's A.
Tech, it is 80. UCC, it is 80. Everywhere, A is 80.
No.
So your school is what?
No, 85.
Where? Central?
Yeah. 85 is A. I don't know if they've changed it now, but 85 is A. 80, A minus.
They should calm down.
A minus.
Tell them that they should calm down.
It's still like A, but you have a minus attached to it.
They should calm down.
A minus.
Albert Jumfo, right?
Yes, Jumfo.
I think he was quite vocal, right? And for an association like ours, he had to be. I like the way he took on the political class when issues around abuse of journalists came to the front, right? So you blacklist you. And initially they thought it wasn't going to bite. I'm talking to the political class, right?
Bits.
Yeah, and so I remember him doing it on Abu Jinapo, Samuel. Yeah, there was an issue like that. Yeah, the ND, not the...
No, I'm saying, and then, is it? No, I'm not talking about Abu Jinapo. I'm talking about...
Yes, so it's Abu Jinapo.
What's his name?
So he blacklisted...
MPPC.
He blacklisted Samuel Abu Jinapo, who is member of parliament for Damongo, for an issue that happened
there in Damongo.
Yendi.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. And he also, I think that was
That was a different issue.
No. So there was also Aliu Mahama.
Yes.
He was also blacklisted.
Yeah.
And there was also the former Minister for Fisheries.
Yes.
Howard
Kumsin.
You know, and I think a couple more within the space. His leadership on this Ahmed Swale issue, even though we've not really got into closure, I think was quite telling. And other issues is taking on right. But of course, there are other things you could have done better within the space. But that notwithstanding, I think he did fairly okay as well. And very, very briefly before we go, Vice President advocates unexplained wealth orders to fight graft. Vice President advocates unexplained wealth orders to fight graft. Very brief excerpt, story by Diana Mensah, Daily Graphic Weekend Special, page 5. It says the country needs to adopt the unexplained wealth order, UWO, across all facets of society as a critical tool in the fight against corruption. The Vice President, Professor Nana J. Opoku-Agyeman, who made the call, said the WO, a legal tool used to investigate and recover assets suspected to have been acquired through illicit means such as corruption or money laundering, was necessary to expand the anti-corruption fights beyond the public and civil servants across every sector. Speaking in Accra yesterday at the African Union High-Level Conference, which focused on Ghana's anti-corruption architecture, the Vice President stressed the need to legislate unexplained wealth orders, extend their application to both public officials and private citizens, while anchoring the principle of reverse burden of proof in the Constitution. So that's the news there. The OSP2 has been speaking a lot, and he said that he's the best person, or his office is the best, most or well constituted to fight corruption. He sought to make the point that if you look at the Attorney General's department, which is currently being occupied by somebody who's also a member of Parliament, over the years in Parliament, they form friendships, right? They serve on committees, they travel together. So in his view, the office of the Attorney General can't really, and I'm choosing my words carefully, can't really and fully prosecute, his people, in quotes, his friends in Parliament, and he really has, everything going in his way to do that. So we'll see how all of those.
I wanted to touch on this story briefly. Circle June 3 disaster survivors saying that they're tired of talking, and there's a lot in the story, but what I want to touch on is the mental and emotional drain. So for many survivors, recounting the June 3 disaster every year has been emotionally draining and mentally exhausting. And believe you me, I can tell you, I can bet you that nobody has, even suggested that they go and see a therapist to help them through it. So one of the survivors said that anytime he passes through Circle, he has to close his eyes because he cannot open them. He doesn't want to see the Goyle station or where the incident happened. So that's trauma that he's going to carry for the rest of his life.
Thankfully, I think they've converted the fuel station into some office apartment. So the remnants of it's not quite telling. In the past, a few years ago, it was terrible because what happened was that for a very long time, and I'm referring to years, the burnt cars and debris from the remnants of the fire was still there. So you pass and you see something that was really traumatizing, even for some of us who were not, remotely close. But I remember where I was that day, and I was asleep in my room, and my house was flooded. I was the only one in the house. God has been good. The whole house was
experienced flooding on
June 3rd. So
I was in Kumasi. And I remember I was with another media network, and then our phones were just buzzing. Yeah, it was very interesting.
I was asleep. I was asleep in the house.
And then, so you felt the water?
No. So they didn't enter the rooms though, but the whole compound was. And I started hearing shouts from neighbors. I hear ambulance moving. I'm like, it was just chaotic.
Yeah.
But 10 years on, I think.
I really hope that they find some sort of refuge and then make an attempt to go and see a therapist, because it's not easy.
The most heartbreaking photo. I mean, of course, all of it was really heartbreaking, right? Being trapped in a trotro, seeing fire coming, seeing water coming must be, do you jump out?
If you hear OJ Sky Standard.
No, I remember the footages.
Chikata's narrations.
No, I saw the documentary, right? But even more, I read it. I mean, I was in media at the time, so I was also But you know,
unfortunate.
The most heartbreaking photo, like, as I was saying, was the photo of the baby and the mother, you know, dead on the street, you know, and the baby still tied to the mother. Like, God.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you're the husband, like.
It's unfortunate. On that note, we'll move on to other things when we return. Don't go away.
Some movies change the world, and you'll find them elsewhere. Mnet Movies 4 is just in it to change your mood.
Great.
Yes, I can!
I'm so excited!
They turn an ordinary night into something
Awesome!
make you laugh louder, smile bigger, and feel like a kid all over again.
Yay! This is gonna be so much fun!
The only thing our movies are seriously serious about is making you happy. All month long. On Mnet Movies 4 for the easy, cheesy, silly, funny, snort laugh classic movies of your life.
The Ghana Traditional Council, on behalf of the entire Ghana state, announces the annual ban on drumming and noise making as part of the sacred rites leading to the Homo Festival.
Ghana mamu. Timfe anali.
Yeah.
Adesin. Imlae ni ko wogman dumo.
Yeah.
Wongmehe.
Yeah.
Wokusuni.
Yeah.
Wokabachuni.
Yeah. Yeah.
The ban across the Ghana state will take effect from Monday, May 12th to Thursday, June 12th, 2025. However, Osu, La, Teshi, Nungwa, Tema, Boom, Pram Pram, and Ningo traditional areas will observe their bans separately, with dates to be announced by their various councils. During this period, all visitors are required to comply with the following regulations. Religious activities to be confined within premises without the use of external loudspeakers, no drumming, clapping, or use of musical instruments in public places, no roadside evangelism or street preaching with loudspeakers. There will be no funeral or burial ceremonies within this period up until the 20th of June 2025. This practice is not only a cultural tradition, but also protected under the 1992 Constitution of Ghana, ensuring the preservation of our customs and identity. A dedicated task force, in collaboration with the Regional Security Council, Metropolitan, Municipal and District Assemblies, as well as the Ghana Police Service, will strictly enforce compliance. We urge all residents, institutions and visitors to respect this sacred tradition as we uphold our cultural heritage and foster social harmony. Nyacha, Nyo Manyaba.
So much love in the air.
What are we looking at?
Thank you guys for joining us on this unforgettable night.
Paw Patrol is on a roll.
It's Max Verstappen in the lead.
The megastar is here.
Absolutely sensational.
Let's go!
Just taking a trip down memory lane.
Get unbelievable entertainment that is unbelievably easy to own. Get and stay connected to DSTV.
Welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily Weekend right here on Channel 1 TV with myself, Jude Duncan. Of course, I'm here with Edno Safo, who I must say, aside being my co-host, is actually one of my favorite people in the office.
Yeah, with the old dada.
Actually,
With the old dada, I want a tree.
have I not conducted myself in that manner. I mean, I think I look out for you. Don't do that. Don't disown me. It's okay. It's okay. They say actions speak louder than words. So if my actions not speaking, then
your actions are not speaking.
Then I have to do better.
You have to do better.
I have to do better. So I've taken notice of it.
Thank you.
I've taken judicial notice of it.
Thank you.
So I'll do better.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah.
It's time for our favorite segment, right?
What's happening?
Yeah.
Today, let's start with the Agri Fair. I can't say it enough that it's one of the biggest things to ever happen to Ghana. And that's because you get to experience and buy fresh farm produce and come and see it straight from the farm. So this one, there's no middleman for you to go and say, oh, you bring this and let me bring you this. No. If it's plantain fresh from the farm, poultry fresh from the poultry farm, turkey, rabbit. Have you eaten rabbit meat before?
Have I eaten rabbit meat before? Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
Is rabbit adanko, right?
Yes, adanko.
Yeah, I've eaten adanko. I've eaten adanko before.
Yes. So adanko maswede.
Those who are keeping rabbits as pets and I say,
but it's a pet.
Bunny.
It can be a pet. It can be a pet.
Bugs Bunny. Chale, stop that thing and take it to the fire and let us see. I say, Adri pet is my pet. You want meat to chew, Adri pet.
It can be a pet.
No, if you want pet, go and take dog and cat and parrot. Don't add.
But snakes can also be a pet.
Let's be serious.
Somebody has a mouse as a pet. So pets they can range from everywhere. Fish are pets.
Those people who do the mouse and they watch cartoons too much. How to be serious. Anyway.
Fish can be pets as well. But anyway, we're saying come and buy fresh farm produce straight from the farm to your table. Come and select for yourself. I want this catfish. I want that pig. I want that cow. I want that goat. And they'll slaughter it live for you and package it nicely for you to take home. You can call 0205-973-973 for more information on the Agri Fair 2025. Aside the fair itself, we're going to have business clinics, or should I say Agri Fair clinics, where you can come and scale up on that farm that you have. And so regardless of whatever it is that you are selling or whether you want to go into farming, this is the place to be. Come scale up and get to grow your business. So we're supporting local and feeding.
Amazing.
Amen. And the Agri Fair 2025.
Agri what?
Agri Fair 2020 Fair.
Agri what?
2020 Fair.
I need that video.
The Agri Fair 2025 is powered by Channel One TV with support from 97.3 City FM, and it is proudly sponsored by the Ghana Exim Bank, Legacy Crop Improvement Center, Development Bank Ghana, and Agri Impact Limited. And our technology partner is Farmer Line. So there you have it. It's free to enter as usual, but come with a pocket full of cash to come and buy any kind of produce you want. And even if you won't buy anything, come and let's chew chin-chinga. As I always say, come and let's chew chin-chinga. And we're still waiting for our salad meat. So if this is where you come and buy for us, we will be ever ready and willing. And
obviously,
you don't want meat.
I want. Who doesn't want you?
I'm just making sure we're on the same page. So 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., 20th to 22nd June 2025. 0205-973-973 are the numbers to call for further information. Righty. We have Unshaken Trust.
Are we moving on to the next?
Yeah, the
event?
next what's happening in town. So it's a live album recording, and it's happening today from 6:30 p.m. You know anybody on the flyer? I'm sure
course,
you do.
I do know Luigi McLean, who by now, I must say, he's just about like my favorite gospel artist right now, in Ghana.
Has your list changed?
I think in Ghana, it's still alternating between Diana Hamilton and Joe Beto, right?
Okay.
Africa, #1 is Sinach. It's not even close.
even close,
It's not even close.
Waymaker.
He's like this.
Miracle
In fact,
worker.
gospel artists usually sort of compare
Compare,
things because it is it's God's things, But of course, there's also talent, right? And there's also gifts, right? But gospel, Africa, Sinach, then Nathaniel Bassey, then Joe come, then Tata Sosa. But in Ghana, Charlie.
So this is LIC Choir's Unshaken Trust concert, and it's a live album recording. And so it'll be featuring renowned artists such as Helen Yawson, Eugene Zuta, Edwin Datson, Luigi McLean, Irene Sowa, and Esther Godwill. And,
you know LIC, right?
I know who?
You know LIC?
No, I do not.
It's the Legon Interdenominational Church. So it's actually on Legon campus.
Okay.
So it's an amazing Christian, fellowship society.
Okay.
But it's a church as well. So when we're on campus, we usually go for events there. Fantastic people. That was where Niyama used to go to church sometimes. Yeah. So shout outs to the team. I know quite a number of people behind this. And it reminds me of my very good friend who actually passed, right? He used to sing for the LIC choir. I'm referring to Siedu. He was actually nominated for the TGMA, I think, Male Vocalist of the Year, posthumously. Yeah, he passed. And
did he win?
Yeah, Kofi Siedu.
Did he win?
He didn't win. But I mean, he was such an amazing person. I was really impressed with him, and he sang for the LIC choir. I remember back in school, I would go see him minister. I'm sure they'll do something to remember his honor.
Remember his honor. All right.
Yeah. But shout outs to the guys doing this. Luigi McLean
6:30
is.
to 9:30.
But you know Luigi McLean, you just don't remember him.
I remember his song.
Bononio. Bono. I think that was his major break. And there's also Pastor Edwin Dazi. I think he was with ICGC, right? He sang Tegbe, with the, I think, Better Revival Choir. And of course, Eugene Zuta. Eugene Zuta needs no introduction. He's just, he's one of the pioneers, contemporary, modern, Christian gospel music. I think you can't really tell the story without the Eugene Zuta influence, of course, together with the likes of Joe Metal, the guy we interviewed the other time, Apia, from Kenneth Apia from the Apostolic Soul Winners Hall of Fame. Eugene Zuta is an amazing. I think Pastor Edwin Datson used to run. I don't know if he still does, but I think he was like a music director for the ICGC church. He sang this song too.
So is the venue like? Is it like a dome, like a huge?
No, I think it's their church. I think they call their church a sanctuary. I don't know. They should send us information. But
so Legon Interdenominational Church Sanctuary. That's where it's.
It's a really, really nice place on Legon campus.
PM. I have never heard of it.
It is. You go there and like some professor who has studied archaeology, he's the keyboardist.
Oh, really?
I'm telling you go there and some scientist, Akuku down. He's a drama.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and when they're in church like that, lecturer, students, meanwhile,
they're all the same.
Yeah, but you go to the lecture, that same person will
whip you in line, as it should be.
It's an amazing community of Christian believers, and I'm and I'm always happy to be amongst them.
Yeah,
I think Mr. Metewe is a keyboardist for them too sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah,
maybe he'll be there tonight, 6:30 p.m. for the live album recording.
Edwin Dawson sang the song "This Far by Grace." Yeah, I think it's him. Yeah, so shout outs to the team.
It'll be nice. It'll be nice.
Shout outs to the team.
It'll be very, very nice.
Miranda, shout outs to
you and your church.
Your church people. Shout outs to your church people.
By the way, Miranda is our director today.
Amazing.
Right. On to the next one. Hey, from church, we're going to Amachi Dede.
Hey, some way. Charlie.
Serious. Amachi Dede celebrates.
This lineup too is solid though.
50 years in music.
How old is he himself?
I don't know.
Will he be 70?
Possibly. He
No,
could
because
be.
if he's 50 years and he's not 70, so he started singing
50
when he was less
years
than
in
20.
music. I'm sure he started very early.
The
Because
older days
Amanda
there.
has been there since I was a chochopoa little girl in diapers. So yeah, I'm sure he's been around for a while.
And he's always looked the same.
Well, he's aged a little, but
Are you
yeah, he
sure?
still looks very good for,
Oh, there's some.
for whatever age he is. He still looks very good.
Yomo.
Oh, it's possible.
Hey, Charlie.
But whoever has done it has done it nicely.
I thought you were coming
Still
to say
looks
that
nice.
you won't say some, but you are saying it to
Oh,
your
me, I'll
chest.
say some. So that when he comes, you say it's Jude and Eno.
No, me, I was asking a question. I wasn't emphatic.
Oh, so it was.
You know, if
You
they
didn't
come-
need an. You
when they
didn't
come-
require
if
an
they come,
answer.
they
That's what you're
say,
saying.
who said it? Who said it?
It was you who led me astray.
Oh, you can't be ahead that's true. What I say?
So-
I was answering a question and you have said it.
Yo.
I mean, I don't know. That's what I was asking. So I
Hey.
have to be sure.
This one is happening outside our terrain, but still, we are mentioning it. We have gone global.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's happening
so-
in the UK.
Yeah, so for 50 years, Amachi Dede has graced the world with, his timeless classics, unforgettable performances, and a legacy that has shaped Ghana's music culture forever. Now, the maestro himself is taking this celebration to London, UK, and trust me, this is not just a concert, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I really wish I were there. So it's happening Saturday, June 14, 2025, 7 p.m. till midnight. And Abrocheyeka 7 p.m. 7 p.m. till midnight. And the venue is the Dominion Center, the Broadway High Road, Wood Green, and N22 6DS. I like the way they have numbered the address system. Joining him on stage are high life greats and vibrant voices from the next generation, Nane Champon, KK Fosu, Leo Dodu, and Kitty. And it's going to be nice.
Let me ask you, KK Fosuno, he sang the Aso song, right?
No. Aso is
Kwabna.
Kwabna.
Oh, yeah. So he did a Reggie from a born nature, why? He sang that song, right?
He's the one? Okay, because I remember Suje.
I remember him quite recently singing, and the chief of staff was dancing and was shaking.
Which chief of staff out of the president
Julius
one?
Debra.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Oh, yeah. There's a, it was at the cool
Reggie
business. It was at the
from Born Nature,
no, not that song. It was a different
which
song.
one?
Yeah, I've forgotten
Suje,
the song.
Suje.
Probably.
Suje.
And the chief of staff was doing, shake it to the max. Charlie, no, shout outs to Mr. Julius Debra. They call him chief. No, he's a big man. He is a big man. So, about that from a born nature, it was a true story, right?
I don't know. I don't know the story behind that song.
We go do something
Where he went to bed.
because the music
for the
video,
song.
no, it was some way anyway.
And which song is Nane Champon?
Oh, Nane
Nane
Champon is,
Champon is he DL's brother?
I don't know.
Because there used to be this whole
But
thing,
they
they're
look alike,
brothers, they're
yeah.
not brothers, they're brothers, they're not brothers.
But that's Jackie's dad.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Jackie's dad.
Yeah, that's Jackie's
I know a
dad.
couple of his music, but
They're not readily
They're not
coming to mind, yeah.
Yeah. And it's a powerful lineup. I think it's a fine mix of old, fairly old.
Which ones are fairly old?
Oh,
They're
KK
all
Fosu.
old, except for Kitty.
KK Fosu is fairly old. He's like early 2000s.
Okay.
KK Fosu, Champon, they are like from late 90s to like early 2000s, mid 2000s.
Yeah.
Usuname yo. Usuname
ya.
ya.
Nankebeda na ye. Ekutiani mpao. Anopa, when you be one issue or compound house and then you just start playing that song. No way you went now you with Juma.
But the old guys, their level of, so Ekutia were like spiteful songs,
Yes,
right?
yes.
The other one is
What song are you trying to sing?
Samo Usu. Oh, they played on a ZBA. Is it?
If you sing a line, I'll be able
No,
to
you know
help.
that song. You know that song. Is it? I remember.
It's escaped you. Usuname. Hey yo.
He actually in Krani.
Nkrane.
Yeah, that's the title. That's one of his songs.
That's one of his songs.
The other one is like, what's the horn now? Wo share, you creation pan and bebo when you know. It's like when Bernard and the team discuss like politicians who are not doing their work, you know, and
then they play that song.
What's the horn now? Wo share, wo the shenikum the bebo also. You know, that is that they song proper songs because like why how are you sitting now and not doing
your work when you've been given the mandate anyway? So the doors open and it's happening 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. and you know, tickets are available. It's happening in the UK. 50 years in music. It's actually a world tour. So, you know, he's stopping in the UK for that particular day, 14th June. And yeah, you can scan the QR code and then join.
I think the greatest ekutianyom is ye kauntie Debbie now be who. Ori me ko ori ni awa ya o ye free. Na say ori me ko dia o hiri be so bam. Like, what's coming over them when they're doing those songs? You know, but I don't hear songs like that.
1 Gallon 2 is there, even though that's fairly
Which one?
new. 1 Gallon,
Yeah.
My cousin's boyfriend said when my cousin was about to leave him, anytime he calls her, that's a song she was playing.
You know,
anyway,
the old guys, they were
good at their craft. They were very good at their craft.
Daddy Lumbe's Dead Goat. Oh, is it Dead Goat? Oh,
I think I know what you're talking about.
He said, all
right.
I remember it later.
Mask on White Party is a night of cultural and arts display, and it's happening today, the 7th of June, inside Adobia Restaurant and Lounge in Accra, Ofankor Barrier. So you're going to experience a night of art and culture display, musical performances, games, red carpet moments, and many more. And it's happening today from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Is that it? Alrighty. Sunday from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. DJ Adansi. Interesting. Alrighty. Yeah, so that's what's happening in and around town. We've also given you something happening in the UK, something to look forward to. We'll be taking a quick musical break with Ash Benny. Do stay.
Stress every day, every night. Is journey too far? Me I no could lie. Yeah, every one thing way day in my mind. See me too, I go feel too blue. Oh, say I go show them to me again. Too far, 7 rain or shine, we day on the road. We know the bad, we know the bad. Ride or die, keep hope alive. I hear things so you've been quiet. True talk, I lay on the mic. I distress every day, every night, yeah. Is journey too far, journey too far. If you want to wait in my mind, see me too, I go feel to blow up. Cause they have a shoot them, it's me again. Too far, 7 rain or shine, we day on the road. We know the bad, we know the bad. Ride or die, keep hope alive. I hear this, we have been quite I could get stronger. I could get stronger for me, stronger for me. Get stronger. I go get stronger for me, stronger for me. Strong believer, call me dreamer, I'm redeemer. I'm working my way, I know they delay. Yeah. Strong believer, call me dreamer, I'm redeemer. I'm working my way, I know they stronger. I go get stronger for me. On channel on TV, I go get stronger, and I go get stronger for me. And I'm gonna get strong, and I'm gonna get stronger, stronger for me, stronger for me. No. Alright, so this song is one of the songs on my album. I'm working on my EP, and I would like you to enjoy even as I play to you. Yeah. Yeah, bye, bye. Give you pressure overdose. Yeah. Say you for the come and do for me. Well, this life is over me. That be why I keep calling. Please remember me, Nana. Yeah. I beg make you know that me. Cause it's slowly over me. I know they feel too carry. I keep on they call on you. I know say you go they body. You go they understand. Yeah. Please make you know the body. I know say I for the chocolate, but I keep on losing my patience. Yeah, bye bye. Please make you know the body. No say I for the chocolate, but I keep on losing my patience. That be why I say listen, gotta show me listen. I know say everything when you talk, you go to do. Listen, gotta show me listen. I know say everything when you talk, you go to do. Listen, gotta show me listen. I know say everything when you talk, you go to do. Yeah, listen, gotta show me listen. I know say everything when you talk, you go to do. Yeah. Cause my patience is far away. He said it, you gotta help me to trust in you. Yeah, bye, bye. Yeah. After you show me your promises, Monday you show me you nada, Friday you show me you nada, every day you show me you nada. Yeah. Monday you show me you nada, Friday you show me you nada, every day you show me you nada. Yeah. Please make you know the body. I know say I for the choice, but I keep on losing my patience. He said the please make you know the body. I know say I for the choice, but I keep on losing my patience. Nah, nah, nah. That be what I say, listen. Gotta show me listen. I know say everything when you talk, you gotta do. Yeah. I know say everything when you talk, you gotta do. Yeah. I know say everything when you talk, you gotta do. I know say everything when you talk, you gotta do. Yeah. I know say everything when you talk, you gotta do. I know say everything when you talk, you gotta do. Okay, so I call this one Shayo. Yeah, I hope you enjoy. something I go do. So I go in your love again. Tell me something I go say. So I go in your heart again. Okay, oh, she be coco. No, I ain't your boy, she boko. Okay, oh, she be coco, eh. No, I ain't your boy, she boko, eh. Okay, oh, she be coco. No, I ain't your boy, she boko, eh. Okay, oh, she be coco, eh. No, I ain't your boy, she boko, no shy, yeah, what I shy, oh, be like yes, mommy, shy, oh, be like yes, mommy, shy, oh, be like yes, mommy, shy, oh, be like yes, mommy. Anima bomi shedada, anima bomi shedada, bado bami mi shedada, bami mi shedada, anima bomi shedada, anima bomi shedada, bado bami mi shedada, bami mi shedada. Girl, she be coco. Going girl, she coco. Girl, she be no shy, yeah, my boy, I'm shy away. Oh, be like yes, mommy, shy away, be like yes, mommy. Anima bomi shedada, anima bomi shedada, bano bami mi shedada, bami mi shedada, anima bomi shedada, anima bomi shedada, bano bami mi shedada, bami mi shedada. Girl, she be coco. No, I ain't got boy, she coco.
Brand new on DSTV. When a nominee to the Supreme Court dies, his family begins to suspect foul play.
Dad knew that he was in trouble.
Hollywood's darkest scandals are exposed in this gripping 6-part documentary series.
You have violence, fraud, homicide.
And a rich and powerful family is thrown into turmoil when a young woman claims to be the owner's illegitimate daughter.
You have another daughter.
Stay connected to everything new on your home of entertainment, DSTV.
Imagine a place where technology and compassion meet. A sanctuary of health, precision, and trust. At Olive Health Diagnostics and Imaging, we redefine excellence. From advanced ultrasound, X-ray, and CT scan services to accurate laboratory, cardiology, and dentistry, our mission is clear: to provide the care you deserve with accuracy, precision, and speed. Your trusted healthcare partner, Olive Health Diagnostics, always ready whenever you need us. Olive Health Diagnostics and Imaging, redefining excellence in medical diagnostics.
So much love in the air.
What are we looking at?
Thank you guys for joining us for this unforgettable night.
Paw Patrol is on a roll.
It's Max Verstappen in the lead. The megastar is here.
Absolutely sensational.
Let's go!
Just taking a trip down memory lane.
Get unbelievable entertainment that is unbelievably easy to own. Get and stay connected to DSTV.
March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. Are you aged 45 years and over and or noticed blood in your stool and have a family history of cancer? Then don't hesitate to have a colonoscopy. Early detection of cancer and effective treatment saves lives. Visit us or call us on 0244 581 541 or 0271 054 204. Mintuba Hospital, in to serve a peculiar health need.
Welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily Weekend right here on Channel 1 TV with myself, Jude Duncan. Just gone by, we witnessed that really amazing performance by our guest artist for the day, Ash Benny. But for now, we move straight into home improvement, right? Helping you with the requisite skills and knowledge you need to just brighten up your space. Today on the show, we'll be looking at, an interesting conversation around floral and how you could use flowers to, beautify your space and liven it up. And to do that, my colleague Eno left me, but she's at the Tesano Floral Center, where she'll be engaging Gladys Donto on this really important conversation. Hello, Eno. Can you hear me? And
Dude,
amazing. You have left me, but that is okay. I understand
You'll
that.
be fine.
Now,
just miss me for like 30 minutes and I'll be back shortly.
I can't wait to have you back. But I understand the fuel over there is even different. The smell of the place,
Oh, yeah, I'm seeing beautiful things. My love for greenery and flowers and plants has brought me here to the Tesano Floral Center. And I'm going to walk over to Gladys here to, take us through how you can make some beautiful floral arrangements for your space, your indoor space. So I'm going to walk towards her. You see a lot of flowers here. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
All right.
And you?
I'm very well, thank you. Talk to me about what types of flowers we can use for indoors.
Okay, so we have Calla Lily. This is called Calla Lily.
Okay.
And we also have rose, artificial rose. And we also have some ferns here.
Okay.
So these are ferns. And before we start, these are tools you can use for your floral arrangement.
Okay.
This is a glue gun, and this is everybody knows this.
Yeah,
Use this.
pliers.
Yeah, pliers. And this is a cutter.
Okay.
You use it to cut the oasis. This is called oasis.
Yeah, if you hadn't told me, I'd have called it hard foam.
No.
Because I think that's what most people refer to it
Yes,
as.
it's called oasis.
Oasis,
And
okay.
you need something like this, like a base,
Okay.
to put the oasis inside. So this is how we start. You glue your...
Okay, so today we're not using fresh flowers, we're using
No,
artificial flowers. Okay.
yes.
And I'm sure they're more affordable than fresh flowers.
Not really.
Oh, really?
Yes, not really because we import them.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So this you put the glue on the oasis.
Right.
And then you stick it here so that it can stick.
Okay. And
inside the
around.
yes.
Okay.
And then you cut your flowers.
Okay.
Do you want to try?
Yeah. Okay, so you pull it like this, open.
And cut.
Oh, it's not cutting. Okay, there you go.
Yes. Cut hard.
There we go. Yay!
You've not eaten banku.
I haven't eaten this morning. Okay. So
okay.
We have, you said this is lily?
Color lily.
Color lily.
Yes.
Okay. Do they come in different colors or just
yes,
white?
They do. They do come in different colors.
Okay.
So you cut your flowers.
Right. So is it dependent on where you're putting it, whether it's in the bedroom or in your
Yes,
living
we are coming
room?
to do all-round arrangement.
Okay, so it doesn't matter where
so
you decide
yes,
to
you
put
can
it.
place that one at anywhere.
Okay.
Whether on your center table, on your dining table, anywhere.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So we've cut few of this. So we've already cut this ones.
All right.
So we cut this one too. The cutting is very important. Yes.
But if you had something taller than this, could you leave it on the stem?
Like this?
Yes, like this.
Yes.
You could leave it
you
on
can
the
also
stem.
do it like this and place it.
Nobody would, you know, I'm sure if they're watching at home, they're like, are you sure these are fake flowers? But this is very nice. This is
Yes.
very beautiful arrangement.
They are artificial flowers.
So with artificial flowers, it doesn't require a lot of work. I mean, in terms of maintenance, does it?
It does.
Okay.
It does because you need to cut them, you need to arrange them. You just don't fix them like that. You need to arrange. Even when you want to put this like this, you cut it and put it here like this.
Okay.
We are starting.
All right.
So
we're putting the roses first.
Yes.
White roses.
These are cream color.
Cream color.
This is white.
Okay, this is white. So we're using the cream roses.
Yes.
Only the cream roses.
Yes, we will mix them. We will mix them, but we are using the.
But how do I maintain the color of my artificial roses? Can I wash them if they get dirty?
There are some you can wash. There are some, but there are some when as soon as you introduce water, they will get spoiled.
Okay.
So you just have to put it in an area that there's not too much dust. Yes.
What if you like nice things and then but you still live in a dusty area? Because some way, somehow, living in Ghana is work because there's a lot of dust. Even if you don't live in a dusty area, you still find some dust in the house,
Yes.
one way or the other.
Okay, so you can dust it. The ones you don't have to put water, you don't have to introduce them with water. You can use duster. You can use duster. We have some kind of duster. I don't have one here.
Okay.
But you have some kind of duster that you can use to dust them like this.
Okay.
Every morning. Since it's in your house, when you are dusting things, you can.
Yeah, you can add it to it. Okay. Can you wet the duster and use it to brush
Yes, you
it?
can wet it a bit.
Okay.
And then you use it to dust it.
So we're introducing the fence now.
Yeah, the fence. These are the fence.
I already like what I'm seeing. What's if these were real, what would be the importance, the fence?
It gives it beauty. It gives the green beauty for it to look natural.
Okay.
Yes.
So that it's not only just about flowers.
So
but
even in
something
fresh, when you are doing fresh, a work that is fresh, you still need the fence.
Okay.
Yes, fence are very important. We need it in every area. When you are doing wreaths like this ones, they are wreaths. When you are doing wreaths, you need the fence. When you are doing arrangement, you need the fence. When you are doing bouquets, we have different types of flowers arrangements that we do.
Okay.
We have bouquet, we have wreath bouquet, we have presentation bouquets.
Okay.
Yes. We have wedding bouquets.
Right. And you do all of that here at
Yes,
the
we do.
Tesano Floral
We do
Center?
everything.
Okay.
We do everything.
So if you need a bouquet,
You can
or
come
a
here.
wreath
Yes.
for whatever occasion,
Yes.
just come here, come and look for Gladys Donso at
Yes.
the Tesano Floral Center, and you'll find what you're looking for.
Yes.
So wreaths, bouquets, flower arrangements, fresh
Arrangements,
flowers,
we
or
do decors.
fake flowers as well.
Yes.
You do decor? Any
Yes.
flower arrangement decor? Or any type?
Any type of decor.
Okay.
Yeah, we have balloon decors,
Next time, come and learn balloon decor.
floral decors.
Okay.
Yes. We have
Oh, this is nice. Okay. I see you filling up nicely and coming
yes,
together.
so now we are coming to use the white.
The white ones.
The white ones.
Okay. Okay. Are you just putting them anywhere, or can
No,
you?
no.
All right.
I'm
So
mixing
are you filling
the,
up the
yes.
spaces to
Yes,
ensure
I'm
that?
filling the space and I'm mixing the colors too.
Okay. Okay. Tell me where to put this one. Let me try. Just put it here.
Yes.
Okay. Right. Oh, okay. It's not that difficult.
Yes. It's very simple
Right.
and easy to do.
So you just cut, and then you look for a nice space, and then you push it
and
in.
then you put it in.
But I've also seen you use the what did we call this? The hard
Oasis.
This. I've seen you them use it for fresh flowers
Yes,
as well.
we have wet oasis
Okay.
and dry oasis.
Oh, so there are two different types.
Yes.
I thought it was
So-
just this one, then they pour it on top.
Yes, so this is the wet oasis.
Right.
And that one is the
Dry one.
oasis.
Okay.
Yes. So for now we are using the dry oasis.
Okay.
Yes. So we are coming to add the color lily.
Okay. And what's the importance of adding the color lily to it?
Just to beautify it.
Add a bit of
Yes.
uniqueness, so it's not all roses. It's something
Yes. It
different.
makes flowers.
There's a bit of empty space here. Oh, this is nice. Oh, very nice.
Yes.
So I can see we're getting somewhere. So this can be put anywhere in the house.
Yes.
Can you introduce maybe a scent or something so that?
Yes, you can add a perfume that has, like this. This is an air freshener.
Okay.
Yes, so you can spray for it to have
Some smell.
nice
Alright.
smell.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want, there are people that want nice smells in their house.
Okay.
And we also have dry flowers that gives that aroma.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I actually like flowers when they dry up because it's
Yes.
different.
Okay, there are methods in there are lots.
Oh, really? So
Yes.
it's not just that someone has brought you a bouquet and then it's dried up.
No.
Oh, wow.
There are ways to do that.
Okay.
When you put a fresh flower here, it will spoil.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are things you need to introduce to it, and then you get the dry flowers.
And then the smell as well.
And then the
'Cause
smell
I see
as well.
people use the
Yes.
petals and then they put it in like a bowl.
Yes.
And sometimes use it to decorate.
Yes. So there are things to use to get. So we are almost done.
Okay. That's nice. There's a bit of empty space here. I can see you're coming to
Yes.
fill it up.
Yes. So when you are doing it and you see a space, then you fill it up.
Oh, this is nice. So this can be put anywhere in the house.
Anywhere in the house.
Wow.
So you see the way we've done it, we've covered the down here. You can't see the oasis.
Yes.
Your client doesn't have to see the oasis.
Okay.
So you always have to hide the oasis.
Right. Because it's all about the flowers.
Yes, it's all about the flowers. The oasis is just helping you for the flower to stand.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
All right. Well, your final words to us. Tell us about, give us social media for Tesano Floral Center, or where we can even find the Tesano Floral Center.
Tesano Floral, we are in Tesano.
Okay.
Chikata Main Street. And also, we are located on Google Maps.
Okay.
Yes. And also,
go ahead.
And also, my name is Gladys. When you come here, you meet Gladys.
Okay.
Or Patrick.
Okay.
That's my husband.
Okay.
So our telephone number is 0249 95 666.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And then we can find flowers, wreaths,
all kinds of
bouquets.
flowers, wreaths, bouquets, fresh flowers, fresh wreaths. So next time when you come, we'll do fresh wreaths.
Yes, I'd love that. I'd love that. So this is what we've done today. You can place this anywhere in the house. Today we used, we didn't use fresh flowers. We used artificial flowers for this. But this is lovely. So you can come here to the Tesano Floral Center and look for Gladys, and she will do amazing work for you. But Jude, I don't know if you can hear me, but we're coming back in studio to you so that you take over with some sports.
You lead, always for the one. Can we turn up? Can we turn up? Can we turn up? Can we turn up? Hey, what is that sound? He really, really moves on. This is what it says. I know he loves me. I know he cares. Whenever I call, he always is right there. In times of trouble, he is my help. Yeah, I know no fear. I know he'll be right there. Hey, he really does what he says he will do. My God really moves. Oh, yeah. Why would I doubt when he always comes through? My God really moves. Oh. Come on, sing the verse, y'all. I know he loves me. I know he cares. Whenever I call, he always is right. When I'm in trouble, he is my help. And I know no fear. I know he come on, we say, yeah. He really does what he says he will do. My God really moves. Oh, yeah. Why would I doubt when he always comes through? My God really moves. Oh, yeah. He really does what he says he will do. My God really moves. Oh, yeah. Why would I doubt when he always comes through? My God really moves. He really, really moves. Oh. He really comes through for me. Oh. Every time, one time, every time. Come on, this your part. Come on, let's say. Remember, you're always on time. You can't do no wrong. Oh, never. Come on. You leave the 99, always for the one. Oh, never. You're the God who does good, always on time. You can't do no wrong. Oh, never. Yeah, Baba, leave the 99,
Oh, always on time. You can do the. No, Chinese enjoyed. You absolutely enjoyed that one, right? We are 7 years old, and we are so grateful to God for this really huge milestone, right? Of relevance, of amazing TV content, right? From news, sports, business, everything that we do here. You've been a great part of this journey. We are so grateful that you've been with us all through these years. But for now, we'll delve into sports because it's a very important time to look at some of the big headlines. So many is happening, right? Ballon d'Or debates, Ghana Premier League, Charlie Chaka, so many issues. And I'm happy to have my colleague in the Channel One newsroom on the sports desk, IJ Minta.
Yeah.
El Mint.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Duncan.
No,
Mr. Duncan.
No, but I don't see you for the dance inside.
Oh, yeah, there was a flash.
There was a cameo. Some master cameo.
Some master cameo. I was at the back behind Jacob.
If you give me 30 seconds, I beg you.
Oh, no.
Come on. Always on time. Oh, you can do no wrong. Oh, my. I live the 1998, always forever.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny.
No, Elmint.
Oh, Mr. Duncan.
No, Elmint.
Mr. Duncan, you are the man.
We for.
Oh, Charlie, we did for.
What would be the big story?
Oh, wow. The big story, straightforward. It doesn't get any bigger than Tottenham Hotspur sacking Ange Postecoglou.
What's wrong with them?
Wow. I think they had already made a decision that irrespective of what happens
in the Europa League
final, they were going to sack him. I think you can make an argument that yes, they looked at the league form because Tottenham Hotspur finished 17th, just above the relegation zone, and the fact that you also have to look at it from the management point of view, and this I completely have to credit our colleague Susu. He brought up that point. I initially didn't. I believe that it will get to that point that will get him sacked, and it was down that he didn't manage the assets well. Look, footballers are assets of a club. Right now, it's a business, and the players are assets. And as a businessman, you need to manage your assets very well. And you look at the way he managed the assets, the footballers, the players. He didn't do it in a very judicious way. He didn't do it properly. Because here you have a guy who would always play a very high line and have his defenders run consistently back and forth, even if you're a central defender. And once you do that, you put a lot of stress on players who necessarily do not have to do a lot of running. You are bound to have problems and injury problems. And so in his 2 years that he spent at Tottenham Hotspur, he always had Spurs hitting some kind of injury crisis because midway through the season, and it was down to the fact that he didn't manage the players' minutes very well. He didn't manage the way they played, and all of that contributed to the injury crisis. And so you add that up to the fact that yes, you competed in the Europa League. And you won it. But at the end of the day, you finished in 17th place, just above the relegation zone. So now that you've qualified to the Champions League by winning the Europa League, how are you going to balance it out? And you always know that Spurs will have a business-minded approach to everything with Daniel Levy as the chairman. And, okay, you've qualified to the Champions League. So how are you going to manage competing in the Champions League, the Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and the Premier League at the same time, without us having to heavily invest in the team to improve the depth? You can manage the team that you have at this moment because they do have some quality players, they do have some quality depth. So it's all about bringing in a manager who can manage the situation.
Yeah,
and
fair,
at this point in time, it's not Ange Postecoglou because he has shown that he's not going to change his ways and he's going to run the team down. And what that means is it's likely they will exit the Champions League quite early, and that will mean a lot of missed millions income for the club.
But going there,
and on top of that, they might end up finishing in 17th place again in the Premier League.
I get a point about managing the asset base of the club, which is a significant part falls on the quality of players you have and all of that. But to be fair, I don't think that it was his fault that, and he had quite a number of injuries,
Yeah,
right? So I don't think that aspect of the conversation was his fault, right? He's not a fitness coach. He's not a medical
But you can
doctor.
manage the minutes. Once you manage the minutes, you reduce the risk of players getting injured. That's the argument
being put
on the
forward.
other side. And so, yeah, I understand why they let him go. I mean, but you have to also look at it from on the flip side that this is the guy who got you the first trophy in your team in 17 years. And so, yeah, ideally you would have wanted to keep him. But I think they were decisive. They had already made up their mind that irrespective of what happens in the Europa League final, they were going to sack him. And I like that because Manchester United didn't show that kind of decisiveness because you could clearly tell that they wanted to let Erik ten Hag go. And then he won the FA Cup and they thought about it. And then at the last moment, they decided to keep him and hand him a 1-year contract extension. 5 months later, they sack him. Then they bring in a new coach. And so it brought about a lot of chaos. But with Spurs, they have been decisive. Whether you win the Europa League title or not, we're going to let you go. He won it, but they still let him go. And so now the latest development is about the coach that comes in to replace Ange Postecoglou. And 3 names have popped up. Roberto De Zerbi, who is the head coach for Olympique Marseille. He used to be the head coach for Brighton Hove Albion before he moved over to France. There's Brentford manager, that's Thomas Frank. And then there's the manager of Fulham, that's Marco Silva. So those are the 3
Let me put you on the
options.
spot. Who, in your view, is the best fit for this current Spurs team?
I'll give it to Marco Silva.
Not even De
De
Zerbi.
De Zerbi is an excellent coach, but he's very abrasive. He's in your face. On the pitch, off the pitch. And Daniel Levy has shown that he doesn't like those kind of coaches. Jose
Mourinho kind of coach.
Yes, Jose Mourinho, they let him go 4 or 5 days before the Carabao Cup final. Yes. Antonio Conte, very abrasive. They let him go. Those kind of characters, Daniel Levy is not comfortable with those kind of characters. So I don't think De Zerbi will cut it. Then you look at Thomas Frank. Thomas Frank is an excellent coach, but
that's the Brentford coach.
The Brentford coach. But his playing style is a bit too direct, a bit too heavy on counter-attacks, and they don't possess the ball a lot. And Spurs, their DNA isn't built like that. And so if you look at in recent years, the coaches that they've hired and had to let go, some of them had those kind of tendencies, and they let them go, irrespective of how they perform. So Nottingham Forest coach Nuno Espirito Santo, he was with Spurs, and he played that kind of direct football, and they let him go. Jose Mourinho, the same. And so he also, I have some limitations putting him as the main character to replace Ange Postecoglou. But when I look at Marco Silva, his teams play possessive football. They create a lot of chances. It's very expansive. It's very open. It's entertaining. They take risk. Those kind of things. And it fits well with the Spurs model. So I think Marco Silva is the main character to replace Ange Postecoglou.
Interesting. We'll see how that pans out. During the week, another major sporting activity that took place was the Nations League.
The Nations League, yeah. The Nations League, yeah. The semi-final, we are at the semi-final stage, and now
football fans are interesting people, right? It matters depending on who is going to win it, right?
Yeah.
So in one breath, it's a very important trophy to win. Another time, it's a glorified friendly. I don't know where you stand on that debate. You think it's important?
It's important. It's a competitive league. It's a competitive league tournament on the international stage. And it's UEFA.
People say, it's just another way of UEFA trying to milk fans and make money.
At the end of the day, and this thing, look, yes, I get it, but at the end of the day, fans won't complain about it. We get to enjoy more football. It's the players that complain about it that it means more football, it means more fatigue. But at the end of the day, if you put it to those same players that, okay, we are taking away all these competitions, all these games, and what that means is your wages are going to be reduced. They push back that, okay, we don't want our wages to be reduced. But if you don't want your wages to be reduced, but you want the games to be reduced.
It doesn't work that way.
way.
You can't come and tell Samuels that you want to work fewer hours and want your salary increased.
Exactly. It doesn't work that way.
And it's just what it is, right?
Yeah, it's a business. It just happens. And this is not just restricted to football. It cuts across. NFL, they are playing 17 games. There's a conversation to bring in an extra game to make it 18 games. Think about it. American football, hitting, collision sports, all those hits, you are playing 17 games in the regular season, plus playoff games. Basketball, the NBA, they play 82 games in the regular season, plus playoff games.
82 games is a lot.
A lot of games. But at the end of the day, there's a reason why NBA players, on the average, earn more money than any other athlete in any other sport in this world. Because you have to play those games to ensure that the revenue rate comes in, then we can dish out your cut to you and take care of the rest of the issues, the logistics, the advertisement, all of those things. But if you are complaining that we should take away those games, okay, we can take those games away.
But we'll pay you more.
The revenue will be affected. And so the Nations League, yeah, they are done with the semi-finals. The finals are set. It's a matchup between Spain and Portugal. I think it's a generational clash because on one hand, you have Portugal, who have Cristiano Ronaldo. On another hand, you have Lamine Yamal.
Is Ronaldo still an influential figure in the Portugal team?
Oh, influential in terms of leadership, yes. In terms of his ability to draw people to see Portugal, yes. Influential in terms of
performances,
overall play and performance, I don't think so.
Are they a better team without him, with or without him?
On the eye test, they're a better team without him. And if you have to delve into analysis or analytics, yeah, they're a better team without him.
On the pitch.
On the pitch. Beyond the surface stats of, yeah, he gets goals when he plays for
but he scored in the semi-final. That was an impressive goal.
Yeah,
and I think he assisted, right?
No, the first goal was scored by Francisco Conceição. No, I think it wasn't him who assisted.
Okay.
Yeah, it was he who got the second goal. And like I said, like you say, he scored a goal. That is the surface statistic. He scored the goal. But if you delve into the analytics, like
his contribution
to the overall gameplay, his ability to press, those things, then he falls short. And that's where he hampers the team in terms of their ability to play to their maximum capacity or capabilities. That's where the concern is. And that's why I am tipping Spain to win this matchup, because they love to play out from the back. And the way they carry the ball, they are great ball jugglers. They can control the ball. They can run with the ball. The ball.
Yeah.
And they are very technically gifted players, and they've worked on their technique. And so
and they play collectively as a team.
Yes, and it's very difficult to win the ball.
I think it's the best team in the world now. Even at club side, because you have like Lamine and you have
to look at Argentina too.
I don't think so.
Best club,
I don't think so.
Best national team.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay, well, I'll give it to you. But the thing is,
the way you said this,
they don't have a striker.
That's the point. The fact that they are still. See Arsenal, they didn't have a striker. See how they collapsed towards the end of the season. So I don't want to dwell on it too much, but I think they are the most complete football team.
Almost complete, because they don't have a striker. I mean,
Morata on a good day can step up. But he's a team captain, right?
Yeah, he's a team captain. But the thing is, I mean, compared to the other positions, the striking position, the main striking position, is generally the weakest in this team.
Yeah, but you have Lamine who can pop up and score anytime.
Yeah, and they can play a false nine too with Merino and company. But like, if you watch it comparatively, yeah, that's the sport that they are a little bit considered average. Yeah, but you look at the other sports, their centre backs, the goalkeeper.
Who are you tipping for the final?
World class levels. I'm tipping Spain. Yeah, because like I said, it's very difficult to get the ball off these footballers, the midfielders, Zubimendi, the Pedris and company, Lamine Yamal. And once you have Cristiano Ronaldo starting, it's very difficult for him to track those runs. And what that means is, without the ball, Portugal will be playing with 10 men. And without a man, or there will be a man down, more or less. So it will be like 11 against 10. And that's where the advantage will come in for Spain because the technique is on point and they have the quality and they can deliver. I'm tipping Spain to win the Nations League.
Eno Safa has joined us from her tour at the Floral Center. Her team Liverpool. Her team. I just want us to
welcome Eno.
I just want us. Time is far gone. We have to end the show. I want us to do some transfer news, right? Her team Liverpool won the league, but they are making some really interesting additions, right?
Yeah.
What's the transfer market looking like?
Well, the transfer market, we are getting close to some deals, potential deals for Liverpool, Eno's Liverpool. Milos Kerkez is also on the table. Florian Wirtz is also on the table. Chelsea have completed the signing of Liam Delap, who's a striker from Ipswich Town for £30 million. Man City...
Does it break the number 9 case?
No, pardon?
Per week?
Oh, no. That's the overall transfer fee. Yeah, overall transfer fee. Per week is that kind of money there. That's Cristiano Ronaldo type level money. Does he break the Chelsea number 9 curse? Wow. It's difficult to say. But I think it's a good sign. It's not a great sign.
Is that an upgrade on Nicholas Jackson?
No, he's not an upgrade on Nicholas Jackson. But
are you serious?
Yeah, he's not an upgrade.
But if he did what he did with Ipswich,
and he scored 12 goals in 37 games, and that's why Chelsea went in for him, because they are doing the numbers that, okay, if you play for a relegated team and you score 12 goals in 37 games,
how old is he?
Then he's 22.
Quite young.
So yeah, he's quite young. So if you come into a Chelsea team that you have Cole Palmer and company creating chances for you,
you score
then
more.
You are likely to score more, and that's why they went in for him. And so, yeah, I see him scoring like 15 goals in the league for Chelsea, and that should be just good enough. And I think he'll manage the number 9 curse quite well, but I don't think he'll be able to break it because it will take him some time for him to get to that level. Wow. But Eno is here, so that means I have to talk tennis a little bit before I go. Yes.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Okay. So yesterday or last night, Jannik Sinner of Italy. He ended up beating Novak Djokovic in the semi-finals, and he qualified to the final. And in the men's singles in the French Open, it will be Jannik Sinner taking on Carlos Alcaraz. He ended up getting a walkover win over Lorenzo Musetti, who retired due to injury in their matchup. Then in the semi-final in the women's, Coco Gauff also qualified, and Aryna Sabalenka beat Igor Swiatek to qualify to the final. So what that means is that Carlos Alcaraz will take on Jannik Sinner in the men's singles final on Sunday. And today at 1 p.m., Aryna Sabalenka will take on Coco Gauff, who's pretty much everyone's favorite. Anointed as the heir to the Williams sisters' throne. And so, yeah, she will be battling for her first French Open title. And interestingly enough, Sabalenka will also be battling for her first French Open title. She's won a couple of Australian Open titles. And so, yeah, later today we'll see who ends up winning their maiden or debut French Open title. Later this afternoon. Yeah, may the best woman win, but I'm rooting for Coco Gauff.
I'm rooting for Coco
as well. Yes, so that's the wrap on sports today.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I can't end the show without saying a happy birthday to my friend, Emeline Opoku. I love you so much. You've been there through thick and thin. God bless you. I hope you have an amazing day.
And also shout outs to the team at Betway. I mean, over there, during the week, they had the regulatory compliance workshop for stakeholders within the betting industry. I was there at the Mervyn Hotel. It was an amazing event. Parker, Rex, Fred, all of you guys, solid. Thank you.
Alrighty, that's our show for you. The Big Issue comes up next. Do join us tomorrow, same time. Bye-bye.
Brand new on DSTV. When a nominee to the Supreme Court dies, his family begins to suspect foul play.
Dad knew that he was in trouble.
Hollywood's darkest scandals are exposed in this gripping 6-part documentary series.
You have violence, fraud, homicide.
And a rich and powerful family is thrown into turmoil when a young woman claims to be the owner's illegitimate daughter.
You have another daughter.
Stay connected to everything new on your home of entertainment, DSTV.
Looking for the latest buzz in Ghana's entertainment world? Welcome to Ghana Weekend, your ultimate destination for all things creativity and entertainment.
Stay in the loop with breaking news, exclusive interviews, and then insider stories from your favorite creatives and stars. From music, movies, fashion and art, lifestyle and culture, Ghana Weekend brings it all together. Get a daily dose of entertainment, discover new talents, and never miss out on the creativity that defines our vibrant culture.
Stay connected with us across all platforms. Follow us on Instagram with the handle Ghana Weekend, on X Ghana Weekend, on TikTok Ghana Weekend, at Ghana Weekend TV on YouTube for the latest in entertainment, travel, and everything Ghana. Don't miss out. Join the Ghana Weekend family today. Ghana Weekend, where entertainment meets creativity. Visit GhanaWeekend.com now.
Some movies change the world, and you'll find them elsewhere. And Let Movies 4 is just in it to change your mood.
Great.
Yes, I can. I'm so excited. They turn an ordinary night into something
Awesome.
make you laugh louder, smile bigger, and feel like a kid all over again.
Yay! This is gonna be so much fun.
The only thing our movies are seriously serious about is making you happy. All month long. On Mnet Movies 4 for the easy, cheesy, silly, funny, snort laugh classic movies of your life.
Calling all farmers, agribusinesses, and innovators, this is your chance to shine. Channel One TV invites you to exhibit at AgriFair 2025, one of Ghana's largest agricultural exhibitions. From Friday 20th to Sunday the 22nd of June, the A4 Sutherland Children's Park in Accra will come alive with the very best from Ghana's agribusiness sector. Are you a farmer with fresh produce of any kind? Be it crops, livestock or poultry, fisheries or aquaculture, or you're a supplier of agro inputs and processing machinery? This is your platform to connect with the world. AgriFair 2025 is more than an exhibition. Showcase your fresh produce, share your expertise and experience, and grow your business. So, to all farmers with fresh produce, livestock or poultry, fisheries or aquaculture products, come, sell, network, and expand your business. AgriFair 2025, where culture meets innovation. Register now to secure your spot. Call us on 0205 973 973. Come one, come all. Enjoy the freshest farm produce at unbeatable prices. And treat yourself to sizzling kebabs made from beef, mutton, pork, chicken, and more. Great taste, great value. Don't miss out. The AgriFair 2025 is powered by Channel One TV with support from 97.3 City FM and is proudly sponsored by the Ghana Exim Bank, Legacy Crop Improvement Center, Development Bank Ghana, and Agri Impact Limited.
Where politics meets power, where the tough questions are asked. Welcome to Face to Face. Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umaru Sanda Amadou as he takes you face to face with the key players shaping the future of our nation.
I lost over $10 million at the trade fair.
You had a fight with the management of trade fair?
I don't have a fight with them. I just deplore the way they went about what they did.
Let's talk about the chief prosecutor of the state at the time that you were being prosecuted, Godfrey Yeboah Dame, the Attorney General.
Yes. I think he was directed to jail us.
By who?
By the system.
Boku has been a failure for your government, though.
Can't be a failure.
You have not solved it.
No, you are not praising them, the previous government for solving Yendi, which was even a more difficult case.
It's quite obvious that from these votes, the people felt that let's just let you go.
So they were disappointed
in us. we should have done
You are
better.
essentially the worst government in the Fourth Republic.
I don't know how you are doing that. If you based on the indicators.
Yes, based on the number of people who refuse to come and vote for you.
If that is your analysis, then why not?
No filter, no boundaries, just the truth behind the headlines. Deep, bold, and unflinching. Face to Face with Umaru Sanda Amadu airs on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. only on Channel One TV, where politics gets real.